The first time we moved, I looked at relocation as a practical project. Find a house, find a school, settle down, we're together as a family, start life, and everything will be fine. I was wrong. The hardest thing about moving abroad is not finding a house, it's not even the paperwork and the visa. Moving abroad takes a toll on you emotionally. It affects your identity. It affects your relationship, your close relationship. It can even affect your confidence. We've just moved again, this time to a city in England, but this time I'm doing things differently so that this move does not overwhelm us and especially does not overwhelm me. Welcome to Abroad Perspective, where we talk about all things moving abroad. We talk about how to thrive, not just survive when we're living our lives beyond borders, when we're living as immigrants, and we talk about the mindset shifts that we need to have in order to thrive. My name is Karen Ekwang. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, and if you like this content and if this helps you, remember to like, share it with your friends, and leave a comment. I always like hearing from you. After our first move, one of the things I realized is that relocation is not just about moving from one place to another. And it's more, it doesn't just test your planning and how you can plan and make the move smoothly. It tests your inner stability. There are a few things I'm doing differently this time and intentionally so that our move is more calmer and more exciting and we settle smoother. And I'm going to share some of them in case you're going through a similar transition or through a similar season. The first thing I've learned, relocation is more emotional and less practical. The first time we moved, Nelson was living in the UK, we were living in Kenya. And so I thought we're going to be together as a family. That's fine. This is the goal. We are achieving the goal and it will be fine. Honestly, I was wrong. This time, I'm really more aware of how everybody is processing the move. So we're moving from Wales and we're moving to a new city in England. I understand that we're moving from a place of familiarity, we're moving to a place of less familiarity. I understand that some people have to settle in school. Nelson is going through a transition of his own in a new job, in a new role. I'm going through my own transition. We're trying to make this home. We're trying to find a new community, to find new friends. So everybody is processing the change differently. And I'm very aware and present at that and just acknowledging those emotions. That transition doesn't just happen overnight. Yeah, we've moved, we found a house, we found a school, we found all the practical bits. We're trying to do all the practical things. But then your mind also has to come to that place. Your emotions also have to come to that place. And everyone is processing them differently. So this time I'm really more aware of what's happening around and how everybody is processing it. I had to leave my former job to be able to make this transition. And to be honest, I'm glad I did because it's given me the time and the space to be able to transition without having the additional stress of another job. As much as I'm actively looking for a job, it's given me that space to be able to transition well. And that brings me to my second point, preparation. It's not just about packing, there has to be more preparation than that. So for me, preparation for this started, I think, more than 6 months ago. You have to prepare your mind. You have to prepare spiritually. Honestly, you have to spend time in prayer. If you're a person of prayer, you have to spend time praying for the transition you're about to make, for the place you're about to go, for the plans you're making, so that you commit them to God. You have to prepare yourself mentally. You have to prepare yourself mentally to the new life and the new changes in the place that you're going to be. As much as you can visit the place, But then you also have to come to the place of accepting. And if you have little ones, you also have to prepare them. You also have to make them understand that they're going to leave their friends behind, they're going to miss their friends. You have to prepare for that. And you have to prepare for the big emotions, big and small emotions that come with that. One of the things I'm very aware of, like I said, is how everybody is processing it. And I'm very forbearant in this time and understanding more than I would normally of Nelson and Olivia, because I understand we are all processing a lot. So there are some behaviors right now I'm more tolerant of, because I can tell this is not just her misbehaving. This is just a symptom of what she's really feeling. She's missing a friend. She's trying to process the change, or he's trying to process a change. He's trying to settle. For me, preparation has been really key. Just being able to accept that I'm making this transition and we're gonna make it, and having my mind in that place. You can have yourself overly positive. There's a tendency to be like, oh yeah, this is what we've always wanted, and we're going and being overly positive, and then you get there and reality hits you and you crash. But then there's also the other side of, oh, I have to make this move and I didn't want, and I didn't think it would be this soon, because sometimes things happen and it's not really according to how you had planned. Oh, and I didn't think it would be this soon and it would be this, and you're all grumpy and you're all complaining through all of it. It's not going to be a pleasant transition. So just accept it in your mind that this is a season, it's a transition, and it will be a transition for some time, and then you have to move on to the next place. Especially if you're living abroad, or you're living abroad, across borders, or your life involves moving, that's something you have to accept, in your mind, that you have to keep moving. I like what one of our neighbors told, my daughter when we were moving. She told her, I know you're concerned about going to a new school and making new friends and starting over, but you know what, when I was small, I went to many schools as well. So I know what you're feeling, but that has turned out to be that I know many people in many different places. Just look at that reframing. I'd never thought about it like that. But then it's just accepting that's where you are, preparing yourself, but then also looking at the long term and accepting that preparing yourself for that transition, very important. Just take time as yourself to accept, to process it, to look at practically and pragmatically what that life would look like, and accept it before you make the move. The other thing is children process these moves differently. Our first move, Olivia could care less. She understood what was happening, but really she could care less. She was all happy and excited to move to the next place. This second move, she is excited, but she's very aware of what she's leaving behind. So there are so many emotional goodbyes back home, and to her friends and to our neighbors. And there was a lot of emotional transition when we were coming here, and I could see she didn't sleep well. So the process changed differently. Nelson is also processing his change differently. I'm processing it differently, but I think I'm processing it better than I processed it the first time. And one thing I found to be of really support is a third party who's not really involved in the move supporting you. So your friends, your family, if they're close, mine are far away, but really they've been very helpful. Every night my mom calls, and she's not even concerned about me. She'll call and she'll talk to Olivia and she'll ask her about school. And she's able to pick things that I may not pick, things I may just skim over. She's able to tell if she's settling or she's not. So any red flags, she'd be able to pick them. She also checks on Nelson, then she checks on me a very little bit. But just having a third person or a third party who is also looking out for you, also is also praying for you, my friends who are praying for you, helping you through this transition, because you are really in it and you're focused on the logistics, but someone who is just like a sense check. And that has really helped to know that if I miss something, hopefully she'll be able to pick it in the conversation. And if there's a red flag in terms of, for me, school is very important, we can be able to raise it, we can be able to address it. So just find that safe space or safe person who can help you guys through that transition. This one has been one of my biggest lessons. Simplify your life. Simplify your life during transition. To be honest, live for now, for what life is. Forget about what life was or what you hope it will be. I love big houses. I love my space. I love grandeur and all that. But we moved even to a smaller house, and I'm really happy with it. Nelson was looking at me and thinking, when we came to this house, he thought, oh, I was very happy. I'm very happy with a small house because I've realized actually less cleaning, less work. I mean, easier for us. And this is what fits our family and budget at this time. So how do we make it work for now? And how do we make it work for the moment we are here and for this time? We can move into a bigger house later if we wish to, but this is what life is now. So I've learned to simplify life. We were moving from a furnished house, now it's unfurnished. We have to furnish slowly. I'm just taking the time looking at it. I have the chance to furnish it according to my taste. I'm enjoying going around the charity shops looking for stuff. I've not had a fridge for close to a month now. I didn't think when we came, I was like, first priority is a fridge. Turns out we got the washing machine, we got the other things faster than we got a fridge, and somehow we are surviving. Simplify life. I've just learned sometimes we overcomplicate our lives. Live for now. Simplify your life during your transition. If you don't need it, leave it. Don't create problems where there are no problems. Just live for what you need at the moment. My final point: don't fight the season. You can go through something with clenched fists, like really struggling and just holding on to dear life, or you can just relax and go through it. There's a reason why when women are giving birth, when you're in labor, you're encouraged to breathe. If you go to the gym and you exercise, you're encouraged to breathe as you do the exercises, even during stretches and yoga. Don't resist it. Whether it was planned, if it was planned well and good, if it came earlier than expected, breathe, just flow through the season. Do not resist. If it has come and it is here and it has to be made, if the transition has to be made, just flow with it. The more you clench, the more you try to control. Transitions, I think, reveal our need for control. The more you try to control and force issues, the more stressed you're going to be. So just breathe, go through the season. It's a season, it will end, and then you can do whatever. You can continue with your plans and you can replan and restart it. But the way of life is, it will always surprise us, and sometimes you just need to breathe through the season. So release the pressure. And finally, just on a practical note, is little things like making sure everybody is well fed, everyone is having a balanced meal, everyone is taking their supplements, movements, trying to bring the house back to routine and normalcy. There's a tendency to always take takeaway. I don't find that food very wholesome and healthy. So where you can, and I'm really trying myself to also like prepare wholesome foods, wholesome nutrition, so that we all get through this and our bodies are nourished, and we're all happy. So here we are in a new city. We're in Chester. I talked about where we used to live. I talked about Aberystwyth in a previous video. If you haven't watched it, go and see if you'd consider a life in rural Wales. I don't know what the city holds for us. I'm sure we will settle how long we will be here. For whatever length of time we will be here, we will somehow make a home of it. So if you're in a similar transition, just release the pressure and breathe through the season. Enjoy the season of transition. Let me know in the comments what has helped you to transition, any practical notes, anything you have learned during your moves and your transition. If you're living in and around Chester and you'd like to meet up, send me an email. My email is in my bio. And we can see, maybe we can go for a walk. I understand there are very really nice nature places to go around here. So that would be really nice to see you and to meet you. But yeah, thank you for watching. If this video helped you, please share it with someone. Yeah, like, subscribe if you haven't, and let's meet at the next one as we continue to make this home, and I'm sure we'll have more to talk about.